Lesson 14, conditionals. In this lesson, we're going to learn about using if statements and checking a condition to see if it is true, and then only executing code if that condition is true. This gives us a lot of power in our programs to make things occur only sometimes. So some of the vocab, Boolean expression, that is an expression that evaluates to true or false, like I am hungry, true, false. The sky is blue, true, false. So a condition is something a program checks to see whether it is true before deciding to take an action. And a conditionals are statements that only run when certain conditions are true. Some of the new code blocks we're going to work with an if statement, and then we're going to work with a bunch of different math operators to check Boolean expressions. Let's see what some of those look like. Pop over to a level where you can see. Okay, so I want to see all of these. Okay, so in control is where you're going to find your if statements. If statement looks like this. The code that's going to run goes in here, and this open space is where you put your condition. The conditions that we'll be checking are going to be from this math block right here. So this is the equal to, so that's checking to see if two things are equal. And this is greater than, to see if something is greater than something else. Less than. So when you're building an if statement, you're going to pull over an if block, and then you're going to use one of these conditions right here. So for example, let me pull something together really quick for you. So I'm going to put this cat in here. So right now if I run this, there's just a cat on the screen. That cat is huge. I'm actually going to scale that cat down by 25%. I'm going to get that cat moving right across the screen in here. So I'm going to say cat.x equals cat.x plus 3. So now I have the cat moving across the screen. You can see it's making a streak across the screen because I did not put a background in. I'm just going to put a simple white background in. Now we have movement. And I'm going to check because at some point this cat's going to go off the screen. So a condition that I could check is to see if that cat's x value is greater than 425. So this end is 400. If he goes all the way off the screen, it would be greater than 400. So you can pick any number that you want, but I'm going to do greater than. And I'm going to say if cat.x is greater than, I'm going to do 425, then I'm going to put the cat back on the left-hand side. I'm going to do -25 so he escapes the screen completely. Hopefully, we'll see. Should be the whole thing. Depends on how big his body is on here. There goes Kitty, and there comes Kitty back again. So that is an example of using a condition, and we only run this setting it back if this is true. In this lesson, you're going to be doing a couple different skill builds. There's some videos, a check for a comparison operator. So this is a little rough, but you have to just read it and see which one of these matches up. So if you look at it, is the dog sprite rotation less than the cat's sprite rotation? Well, I know I'm looking for a rotation here. That's an easy one. So you'll just match these up and drag them over, okay? In the practice, there are 3 of them. I would try as many as you can get done. And then in the challenge, you just want to pick one. There is only one. It's actually a really fun one. It's where you have a balloon, and the balloon is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you want to, when it hits a very specific point, make this picture turn to pop. And I'll give you a hint. You just change the picture like this, but it's within the code. You can do the set animation within the code. So follow those do this directions.